Why are there dark spots on the moon when you look at it? When we look at the full moon, we can see dark and light patches on its surface. These dark spots are called lunar seas, though they're not actually water. How did they form? Billions of years ago, when the moon was still forming, it was frequently hit by massive asteroids. These impacts were so powerful that they broke through the surface and lava from the moon's interior flowed out. When the lava cooled, it became dark and smooth, and that's how the moon's dark spots appeared. Why are they called seas? In the past, people didn't know there was no water on the moon. When Galileo Galilei first looked through his telescope in 1609, he thought they were seas, and named them accordingly. Mare Tranquillitatis, Sea of Tranquility, Mare Embrium, Sea of Showers, and others. The names are still used today. Why can we see them from Earth? The moon is always turned to us with the same side. It rotates synchronously with Earth, and the spots are located on this visible side. We can see them when the sun shines on the moon, creating contrast between the lighter and darker rock.
Did you know? If you look closely, the spots on the moon form a pattern that different cultures interpret differently. Man in the moon, rabbit in the moon, woman with a tree. Moon. Story: the shadow on the moon. I've always loved looking at the moon. Since childhood, it seemed alive to me, as if it was watching us just as we watch it. But one night, I saw something on the moon that shouldn't have been there. It was September, a warm night. Not a cloud in the sky. I stood on my balcony, looking at the full moon. Suddenly, I noticed in one of the seas on its surface a new dark spot. It was moving. I froze. The spot looked like a human figure. It seemed to be standing on the moon and slowly turned toward me. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but then I felt it looking right at me. The next day, I searched Google. No mention of a moving object on the moon. No photos, nothing. I showed the moon to my friends. They saw nothing strange. But now, every night, I see that spot. It changes position. It's getting closer to the edge. I don't know how much time I have left, but if you look at the moon tonight and see a new spot shaped like a person, it means it has chosen you too. Do you want me to create a title, description, and tags for a video in this style? Or make a mini-series of such moon stories? Telescope. Number 1. The moon always shows the same side. We only see one side of the moon because its rotation around its axis and its orbit around the Earth take the same amount of time, about 27.3 days. This is called synchronous rotation, and no one saw the far side of the moon until 1959 when the Soviet Luna 3 probe photographed it for the first time. Dark moon. Number 2. The moon has moonquakes. Some are so strong they could damage buildings if they existed there. Some moonquakes last up to 10 minutes, unlike most earthquakes on Earth, which are shorter. Footprints. Number 3. Astronauts' footprints are still there. The moon has no atmosphere, no wind, rain, or erosion. So the footprints left by astronauts since 1969, Apollo 11, could last for millions of years.
The moon has no light of its own. It doesn't shine by itself. It reflects sunlight. But the moon's surface reflects only about 12% of the light. It's actually as dark as asphalt. 5. You can see the moon even in daylight. Yes, the moon is often visible during the day. This happens when it's high enough above the horizon and the sky is clear. It's easiest to spot in the first and last quarter of its cycle. 6. There are mirrors on the moon. Astronauts left special mirror reflectors, laser retroflectors, so scientists could measure the exact distance from Earth to the Moon. By the way, the Moon is moving away from Earth at 3.8 centimeters per year. 7. The Moon affects your sleep. Research shows that during a full moon, people have more trouble falling asleep, experience more vivid dreams, sleep less deeply. This is linked not to moonlight, but to biological rhythms and gravity. 8. The Moon has a sea of tranquility. Do you know where Neil Armstrong landed in 1969? In Mare Tranquillitatis, the Sea of Tranquility. By the way, most lunar seas have poetic names: Sea of Showers, Sea of Crises, Ocean of Storms. Sounds like a map for a fantasy novel, doesn't it?